Karen.
Yes.
You know that feeling when you're just trying to figure things out?
That's my life.
I was just going to say.
Yes, I know that feeling.
And I actually said it wrong. I meant to say, you know that feeling when you're just trying to figure out life?
Oh, that's my life.
Well, then you go on to say, there's got to be more than this. Mm-hmm. Well, today's guest might just have the answer for us both.
Yay.
Yes, I'm excited. See, she's a spiritual teacher and an energy healer who's here to help us unlock the deeper stuff, like the way, way deeper stuff.
So she's got the keys.
Yeah. Question is,
keys.
Yeah. Yes. Question is, are you ready?
Yes.
Well, I'm not sure I am, so let's see how this goes. But she's not just talking to talk. She's actually able to transmit high vibrational divine energies to help unlock people's true potential and connect them to their highest truth.
That could be good or bad.
I was just going to say, now I'm even more scared.
Right.
But that's not all. See, she's also launched a brand new platform that's designed specifically to help people like us achieve exactly that for themselves. She's got some serious cosmic connections. So if you're looking to level up your consciousness, we definitely have your go-to guide on this show. Get ready to tap into your true potential because it's going to be an enlightening ride.
My name is Will.
And I'm Karen.
And unlike Mulder and Scully,
we both want to believe.
So we've embarked on a journey of discovery.
We've talked to people deeply entrenched in the spiritual and metaphysical world.
We've thrown ourselves into weird and wonderful experiences. I even joined a coven of witches.
And wait, you joined a coven?
Yep, all in the interest of finding something.
Anything.
That will prove that there's something beyond this physical,
three-dimensional world we all live in.
This is the Skeptic Metaphysicians.
Hey there, I'm Will.
And I'm Karen.
And today we got a very special guest who's here to help us explore the deeper levels of consciousness and spiritual awakening. Eva Mueller is a renowned spiritual teacher and energy healer who has worked with thousands of people worldwide, guiding them to unlock their true potential and connect to their highest truth. Well, after experiencing her own profound spiritual awakening, Eva now transmits powerful divine energies to help others heal, grow, and reach new levels of awareness. She's also the founder of Next Elevations, a platform designed to offer tools and energy transmissions for personal transformation. I'm excited to dive into the journey with us. I'm excited to dive into a journey with her. So please join me in welcoming Eva Mueller to the show. Eva, nice to see you.
Hi. So thank you so much for having me. And thank you for this really amazing introduction. So glad to be here.
I'm thrilled she thinks it was amazing, Karen.
Yeah, it was. It doesn't scratch the surface.
It does not. and so we have such very little time and such a huge, wide, massive topic to cover. So right off the bat, let's go right into the vibrational, the things that you do that you now have Next Elevations do for others. How do you help people raise their vibrations?
Okay. So basically I'm a channel for high vibrational healing energies. So those divine energies, and it just comes through me and I can connect people to those energies. So for example, we can connect via Zoom. So we just sit here or this online platform here. And I can just transmit this energy online or in person. It doesn't really matter. Or, for example, I record YouTube videos, and then they are with the YouTube video. You can connect to that energy as well. So this is basically what I do. And this new platform is a possibility to connect to that energy directly, and it doesn't need me as a channel anymore. So right now it would need me as a channel, but the energies I'm communicating with that energy, or the energy gives me information, and it basically showed me a way how I can connect people directly, so I'm not needed anymore. Very convenient
it's like an AI channel.
Like an AI.
Yeah.
So it's these transmissions are embedded in whatever medium it is that you're experiencing them. Like right now, the folks that are watching this video or listening to this podcast or this radio show and you graciously offered to do a demonstration for us. So we're looking forward to that. But when you do that, the folks that are listening or watching will actually be able to feel that, whether they're listening to it now or a year from now. Is that right?
Yes. Because when I do, for example, a little guided meditation, like I can do it here, it's basically stored on an energetical level, like in a library. And people who are watching the video or listening to the show with audio, they just tap into that library and they receive it. So it's stored there, basically. Yeah.
It's like an angelic Netflix. Click on it, and oh my gosh, that's wonderful. So we have interviewed and spoken with people that are channels before, but it sounds like you're different. I mean, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but typically they channel beings or angels or something like that, and you're saying you channel energy. So is it beings in the form of energy? Is it just energy? If you could explain that to me, that would be great.
Yeah. So I perceive the energy just as pure information. So I don't see beings or anything like that. So if, for example, somebody would work with beings and they would work with an angel, I wouldn't see the angel. I would see the information or the vibration of the angel and then read it in that kind of way. So I guess everybody's a bit different, how they perceive energies. And the energy I'm working with, basically comes from beyond creation. So that's maybe a bit different because angels and beings are all in creation. And the energy I'm working with comes from beyond creation, and it's basically the source of source.
Oh, I just got goosebumps over my entire body. This is like old energy, eternal energy.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my God.
Well, here comes pragmatist Will, right? So you've got lots of questions. First, how do you know that it comes from beyond creation? If there was no creation and this energy is coming from, what makes you so sure that that's what it is?
Yeah. So the spiritual path I basically went or was on for the past few years took me beyond creation. So it's called the level of Brahman. I don't know. I just share the levels of consciousness. So there is self-realization, unity consciousness, and then there is Brahman and Para Brahman. So those are the ones I'm talking about. And Brahman is basically a level that's beyond creation. Unity is before that's in creation. So become one with everything. You are everything that exists, but that's all in creation. And Brahman is beyond creation. And I had this experience where, like in my human form, where I was looking into creation from outside of creation for a few months when I experienced the Brahman. So basically what that means is everything I looked at just manifested in front of my eyes. And when I looked away, it collapsed. So it was really only if I looked at it, it was there. So even people. So when I looked at people, they were there. When I looked back, I had no sense of them. They're gone. So they weren't in my life experience. And it was like, I was looking onto, like, when I was looking at the distance, I looked onto a movie screen and everything between me and the movie screen is 3D and behind the movie screen is nothing. So this is the Brahman. It's outside of creation. And then the Para Brahman is basically when you come back into creation and bring these qualities of outside of creation into creation, you bring it back in. So you come back as being you live as a human before as well, but just consciousness wise, you bring this consciousness back. And with that, the transmission started to come in. And it's coming from that place beyond creation. So I basically pull people towards that. That's the highest truth. It's beyond creation. It's pure beingness, pure existence. So it's just existence. And in creation, always an individual is experiencing creation. But when you are in Brahman and you experience from outside of creation, the individual falls away. So it's basically just pure existence. That's all that's left. Yeah.
So I know you have questions, but I have two. And I'm going to get them in first. I'm going first. Okay. I got two questions.
All right.
So the first one is, after having experienced this, how do you just walk your day to day among the regular mere mortals and not just get depressed?
Yeah. So the Brahman actually is a very interesting place because no emotions exist there. Nothing exists. So it's like an empty place. So when I was there, I felt just emptiness. There was pure emptiness. I didn't feel love, joy. I also didn't feel anger, hate, or any like low vibrational emotions, nothing. So I was there for 3 months. I experienced that for 3 months. I didn't feel any emotions. It was like that. Nothing happened. And I always felt like I was in a very deep meditation, far away from this existence. So always when I had to talk to somebody, I had to come back down, talk to that person. And then I was like zoomed back up into that really, really deep meditation. So it was very different. And then the Para Brahman is when all these aspects are coming back in. So the human aspects and the love comes in, but then it's unconditional love. The joy comes in, but it's the joy of existence. It's just there all the time. Then bliss comes back, but it's also the bliss of existence, more subtle bliss. And then you basically just come back with that experience that you had that you know, and with that higher information. Okay, actually, this is all a fake reality, although the experience of it is real, but it's just a manifestation of everybody's individual consciousness. So we all live in like a little consciousness bubble. We all have a little consciousness bubble, and our life is reflected in our own personal bubble. And this is how we experience this reality. And this is what you actually, I mean, you read this in books before, right? But I actually experienced that. And now I'm just back living a very, very normal human life. And it's just full acceptance of being and here and having this incarnation. And that's really it. So
how did you get there? Was that your question?
No.
Oh,
you cut me off, but go ahead.
No, but because I know, I'm sure it's going to be a follow-up question that you have, but I need to understand.
And it would have been just perfectly fitted in.
Okay, well then go ask your question first.
Okay. So you said that once you get past there, it's just emptiness.
Mm-hmm.
Does that, so we've talked to so many people that say, they talk about, I guess, the first level of Brahman, when you're one with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
so that would be unity consciousness.
Okay.
Unity, I just call it unity consciousness.
Okay.
So when you become one with everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems to me like it would just be so lonely to go beyond that. So when you came back and you do experience emotions again, how did you feel? I think that would make me feel so sad to know that at the edge of everything, there's nothing.
Yeah. So I knew that this phase exists because I knew people who were talking about it. So I kind of was expecting that, but I was always missing the love. So that there was just no love there. And actually, I got there because I had a mystical experience at the spiritual retreat. I had a merging with the Divine Mother. So the Divine Mother came into my system and I just felt like totally amazing, like this very strong feminine energy, love, joy, fierce, like all these qualities. And I asked her, what can I do to feel this all the time? Apparently that's a thing, right? And she said, I have to get rid of human love. And so over a course of 2 weeks, I was shown what human love is and where it is in my system. And so I had to give it to her. So for example, conditional love. I love you because you are my partner. I love you because you are my, I don't know, a good friend, or, just these conditions there. And then I just gave everything away. I gave it away until everything was gone. And this is then when the Brahman came in. So all the love was gone. And then in Brahman, there was no love. And this was actually what I was missing the most. There's just no love.
Well, it's interesting because we've talked to people that say, actually to go a step further, they say that we are love, that when you go beyond, all you feel is love. So you're saying something totally different.
Yeah. So that's the stage of the Brahman. This is beyond creation. And then with the Para Brahman, the love comes in, but it's unconditional love. So it's very different from the love before. So you have the exact same love for everybody. There is no difference. It doesn't matter if it's partner, family, friends, nobody, or a stranger on the streets. It's exact the same love. There's just a certain draw to the beingness of somebody. Like I, of course, feel drawn to my partner. I don't feel drawn in the same way to a stranger on the street, right? But the love is the same. So it's very different from the human love. It's very different. So I just call it human love. So that's the one I experienced before. And it's fascinating. It's very interesting and fascinating. It's just how it is. It's just different.
Well, getting back to the high vibrational, I want to say broadcasts, transmissions that you do. What does that process feel like for you? Does do you get them as well as you're transmitting them, or like how would? I guess I don't want to do the demonstration just yet, but could you help us understand what that feeling would be like?
Mm-hmm. So I just call it in, and then it comes in, and then so I feel it as a vibration in every cell of my body, and this is also where the transmission is working. So it's working on everybody's cells on a cellular level and helps to transform everybody's system on a cellular level towards their personal highest truth, because everybody's truth is different, right? So we all incarnate with different life plans, soul plans, with different reasons why we're here and different experiences we need to make and so on. And so this transmission pulls it towards your personal highest truth. So really basically the most optimum timeline you can experience in this life.
Oh,
so everything that's in the way, so stuck energies in the system, like from this life, karmic patterns, past life influences, ancestral influences, and all of that, that gets cleared over time, because this is not of the highest truth. So we have a time these days where we can basically reset our system and start fresh. And this is what the transmission is doing. So it starts fresh. It starts you fresh.
But
it's a process. It's an unfolding process. It takes time. So it's not that, you're connected and then it's done, because, things have to be cleared out of the system, have to be healed, have to let go. Then also it has to manifest in your life experience. And because we're in the 3D, it just takes a little bit of time, until things are manifesting. So it's just an unfolding process.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm so curious. I'm gonna have to do the demonstration.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think, Eva?
Mm-hmm.
You're
Perfect.
gonna show us how to. We
Yes.
talked about it. Now I just need to experience it for myself.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel energies?
Yes. Depends. Sometimes
All
I do,
right.
sometimes I don't. I'm
Okay.
hoping that today I will.
All right. Perfect. Okay. I'm just going to remove my headphones.
Hey guys, I'm just popping in really quickly before we start doing this demonstration, just to do something that I guess I kind of have to because people might need this. If you're driving in your car or you're doing something that you need to pay attention to, don't listen to this right now. Hit pause and come back to us when you are at a point where you can actually close your eyes and really feel the transmissions, because otherwise this is going to be, you're going to miss the opportunity. Although you could always listen to this episode again when you're there. So it's up to you. I just don't want you to be doing something dangerous that you suddenly don't pay attention to what you're doing and something bad happens. So take a moment, pull over the side of the road if you're driving, or if you're doing something that you are cutting onions, for example, or something like that. Just take a pause and come back to us when you have the time to really focus on the transmissions that she's about to give us. So without further ado, here we go.
So I'm working with my hands. So I always assist the transmission with working with my hands. But you can close your eyes and just sit back, relax, and meditate along. And yeah, let's go for a few minutes. Okay. I start, and it just takes a minute to tune in. So I will be silent, and then I start talking. Okay, I start with opening up the energy field. Bring in light. Then I expand the energy field. So expanding the energy field helps to hold more light in the system, and also more awareness comes with that as well. So I'm expanding. And we can always have a more expanded energy field. So it's possible to expand it over and over again, and more and more. And the light we are holding in our energy fields is higher information, and that information transforms our system on a cellular level. Okay, so I'm still expanding. Then I fill up the expanded space with more light. Then I clear surface energies. So surface energies are just energies and energies you've been exposed to over the past 1 or 2 days, or emotions that are floating around the top of your system. I'm clearing them so that the system can calm down more and also be more receptive, so that more light can flow in. So I'm clearing surface energies. Then I open up the central energy channel. The central energy channel is located in the center of our energy field. So it goes from the root to the crown chakra. And this is where life energy flows through our system. Life energy flows from the root to the crown, falls back down left and right, and flows up again, and so on. So it's a constant flow. And the more open our system is, and the less blockages we have in our system, the more life energy can flow. And life energy is life itself. So life flows through our system And these are basically the experiences we have. So one experience unfolding after the other in the present moment. This is life energy flowing through our system. And it's just a constant flow. And we experience it with all our emotion senses, and it's reflected in our own little consciousness bubble. This is how we experience it. And when an experience is over, optimally, so this is the optimal way how the system can work, is that the experience fully leaves our system, that it doesn't get stuck. What usually happens in a system is that energies get stuck. So this is why we can, remember something from 2 weeks ago, what we didn't prefer, for example, and when we think about it, those emotions are getting triggered up again, we experienced 2 weeks ago. And they come up and we bring them in the present moment and we experience them. For example, we're angry about something. Okay, so we just experience the anger. We have the emotions here, and also thoughts are starting. So a story is starting in our mind. And so we basically bring the past into the present moment. And the same is with the future. So, for example, we had an experience we didn't prefer, and then we think about that we're going to do something in the future. We plan something, but then we say, oh no, I'm not going to do that again because 2 weeks ago I went through that experience and I didn't enjoy it. So we bring in again this energy, that emotion from 2 weeks ago, and project it into the future. So there is no real past and future. It's just a mechanism of the system. The experience of it is real, but it doesn't actually exist. And by doing this work, these mechanisms, they start to break down over time, so that we only experience the present moment and nothing else. That's all. So we don't have a past and a future. It's not possible anymore to experience them. Okay, and then I accelerate the life energy. And then I help it to flow more. And the more life energy flows, the more we experience life, being just a flow. So, when you go through your day and everything is just unfolding in the best possible way, I mean, best from the true nature point of view, maybe not so much from the ego point of view. The ego is not always happy with how life is unfolding, but from our true nature point of view, the best possible way. Okay, and then I bring in some energy of unconditional love. So I fill up your heart chakra with unconditional love. And through the heart chakra, your whole system. So I'm just filling up the whole system with unconditional love. I just clear a few blockages out of the heart chakra that prevent you from feeling that unconditional love. Just clear them. So most of them are, it's not possible that I can receive unconditional love. It's not possible that I can feel it. I'm not good enough to feel unconditional love. Like, what is unconditional love? What is it? What is it? What is it? Am I even able to feel it? I don't even know if I can perceive it. I don't even know if I can perceive it. So there are just a few blockages I'm clearing. Then again, fill up the heart chakra with more unconditional love. Okay. That was a short demonstration. We are finished. Did
All
you
right.
feel it, Will?
I did feel it.
Okay.
I think I felt it anyway. I don't know if I know what I felt, but I felt something. For me, so I'm a Reiki practitioner. right away when you started sending the transmission, my Reiki activated.
Mm-hmm.
Like my hands just became a flame, like just fire. Like it was unbelievably hot. And then it kind of took over my whole body. When you started talking about the energy system between the root and the crown, I started immediately feeling the flow. And then after a while, I'm not sure when it was that you said it, but there's something that you said that the temperature of the energy flow became very cold for some reason. Very strange. I've never felt this before. And then when you were doing the heart chakra, at first it felt good, but then when you removed the blockages, then suddenly it just expanded out entirely, and I just couldn't stop smiling, and it became I don't want to say one, but it just became much more clear for me. I don't know, that's a lack of a better word. What about you?
Mine was different.
Yeah.
Yeah. At first, my hands and feet again were tingling briefly, but then like right here started tingling a lot.
Your third eye.
Yeah. And then after that, from that point on, I just felt like I was being pressed into my chair, like a pressure on me being pressed into my chair, and that's kind of how it stayed the rest of the time.
Wow, very different.
Yeah, very different.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which one's right? Which one's right, Eva?
Both perfect. Both perfect. Yeah. And usually, when I work on people, like I have a guided meditation group where we meet, like there are more than 100 people, always 150 people, and then I do small group sessions, and there I really work a lot on the system. So afterwards, you're like totally open, totally expanded. There are a lot of energy being cleared, and so people always feel good.
Well, yeah, I can imagine if that was, what was it, about 10 minutes or something like that we did, if that was the effects of that, I'm feeling them the way that I am now. I can only imagine a more in-depth session, how that would be incredible. So.
So when you work with people, whether it's a group or people individually, what are some of the benefits that they get in their everyday life after having had a session with you? How does this help them?
So I remove mostly low vibration energy. So I did stuck energies I was talking about. So people are less triggered because I just remove those energies that are stuck in the system. And also the system gets more quiet over time. You feel more inner peace. Because for most people, there's just a lot going on, not just on the thought level, like with thoughts, but in the system, just emotional. All day long, you have so many emotions being triggered. And I just clear the root of those emotions so that they can't be triggered up anymore. And the clearer the system gets, so I just call it the piled up human stuff. So we remove it more and more. And underneath is the true nature that's pure existence. So the Brahman I was talking about. And the Brahman comes with certain aspects, like living in the present moment, no past, no future. This was part of that as well. So you can only live in the present moment. You experience this more and more. And life is just the unfolding in the best possible way, and best possible way, meaning you are not in your own way. So life is unfolding anyways. Life is living us. We can like choose how we perceive it and if we like it, what we're experiencing or not. But mostly we are in the way of that what's there. So our highest potential is already there, but we are in the way. And I just clear what's in the way so that you can see it and then you can use it and just, experience life in a more effortless and more joyful way.
Oh, Eva, I need you.
So when you have a session, does it kind of continue working for a little while, or is it you just have to? Okay. Oh,
yeah. So the transmission, it's going to work for a while. And I mean, I have like so many YouTube videos and free stuff where people can just always connect if they want to, or also the next elevations. And this is where the transmission just works by itself 24/7. And this is the cool part about this, because, with this video, it's like half an hour, let's say on YouTube, you meditate half an hour and it continues on working a little bit. But with the next elevations, you are connected 24/7 so that transformations happens really quickly.
Wow.
Yeah. And life gets just a lot simpler then when we are out of the way, and the identification also with the ego thins out over time. And
so then how does that work with kindness, for example? So say you're getting out of the emotions and you're just kind of having this like very peaceful thing. Where does that come in? Because kindness is an interaction with other people, and if you're just kind of your own peaceful self, would that remove the desire to be kind, or
No, I mean, the true nature is, if you want to say, it's kindness. There is no low vibration energies there. There is no violence. It wants to be nice. It wants to have high vibrational interactions, and yeah. So kindness is just part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would assume that if you're more grounded, more at peace, and those triggers are removed, you would react with much more kindness.
Yes,
I can just say one thing. So, for example, when your trigger is removed and somebody is angry, and you see that person being angry at you, but you don't have this trigger anymore, you just see basically that person being angry.
Right.
So it doesn't have anything to do with you. And this is also part of that process where, I call it the I thought starts falling away. So when you take stuff personally, you see somebody's having a moment and, before you would take it personally, but then you just see that person is having a moment, and you allow that. So allowing everybody how they are, where they are, and what they're going through, this is also part of it. And seeing that everything is perfect in that way. Everybody goes through whatever they need to go through. And not wanting to interfere, only, if you're asked for help, for example.
Okay, I guess that's kind of my thoughts, not necessarily you having an interaction, but if you see someone, across the street, a homeless person, someone suffering, do you just say, oh, they're in that moment and you continue because they're having their experience and it's their, or do you do what we would consider, I guess, 3D or ego kindness and go offer to help them? That's, I guess, what I'm asking about.
It really depends. So when the system is open and life energy just continuously flow, it basically you get the information from your beingness. So I guess in the form of intuition, just information. So for one person you would go over there and give them some money maybe, and the other person you wouldn't, because you're not supposed to, kind of, you're just floating through your life, and with some people you have interactions, with some people you don't, with some you are kind, with some it's not your place to be kind with them, it's somebody else's. So yeah,
it's perfect in every way. That's basically what I'm getting at. Okay, so then let's dive into next elevations, the platform itself. How does it work? How could it possibly, because it is a subscription that you sign up for, right? And then it's constantly the transmissions are constantly going to you through you. Like I can only picture you sitting in a room with 1,000 different connections,
beams of lights coming out. It's exhausting.
How does that work?
No, so it's not through me, and this is the good part about that. It's really I connect people directly, and
that's right. She said
so
that.
And because I'm working with the energy, we kind of have a relationship, and I asked the energy how I'm supposed to do it, and the energy showed me a way. So basically, it's not like programmed into the website or anything. It's just I told the energy, when a person gets this subscription, you come in for that person until the person doesn't want you being around anymore, basically. So I kind of, she showed me, the energy showed me a way how to do it, but this is basically what it is. It's very simple. It's just a program, but energetically with intention.
So it's a sentient energy then.
I was just going to say that. Exactly. Like exactly that.
We are in tune. We are aligned. Well, so you understand, as a pragmatist, that's hard for me to wrap my head around. How can that possibly be? Have you done any, I'm assuming you did research on it to find out when you're on, you feel something for an extended period of time. When you're off, you don't. Can you share some of that with us?
Yeah, I mean, I had just had a group of people who I was working with before and who I knew are very perceptive to energies and all of that, and they have a good feeling for what's going on. And we tried it with them. And now we have like hundreds of subscribers. And we get like very beautiful messages every day, how people's lives are changing. And it's not about feeling the energies. I mean, if you do, that's perfect. So we have a wide range of people. So some people say, oh my God, it's too strong, I can't handle it. And we have people who say, oh, I don't feel anything. It's really, the range is really wide. And for those people who say it's too much, we actually have a button where you can turn it down to 50%, or you can turn it off at night, for example, because some people, they weren't able to sleep.
It keeps you awake. Oh,
wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's possible. It just takes some time to integrate in your system. It takes a few days or weeks until like a system, your nervous system, fully attuned with the energy, and then it's more in the background. So it's more working in the background, so not so much in the forefront. And if people don't feel it, it doesn't really matter. It's more just see how your life unfolds. Like people feel more active, start doing sports, starting to eat healthier. They're just more motivated to experience new things, more open to explore. Also, stuff is coming up for some people. So this is a minority, but there are actually people who experience like emotional stuff coming on at first. Those are the things that need to get out of the way. They're not of the highest truth. And then over time, things are unfolding, like new opportunities are opening up. Some doors are closing down and some doors that are better for you are opening up. So better always from the perspective of your true nature. So not from the ego, because the ego sometimes wants certain things, but it's maybe not the best possible thing you can have, but there could be a better one. And this, it works. It works. Yes.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
Just like that. I'm going to, because it was pretty amazing, the short demo that you did. So I'm really curious how to see how that works from a platform, because it's not something that I can wrap my head around. Hopefully others can. But
yeah, so it's really just you subscribe and then it just comes in and that's it. It's really simple. I mean, there are a lot of explanation videos, how it works, what to look out for in your everyday life and stuff like that on the platform, but it's really just a transmission that comes in. And we also have it for pets and for your location. So pets, because pets also have karma, and so also it's possible that pets can be connected and their system can be cleared, and then they have a just more joyful pet life experience. It's
so
possible.
Will it help us to make our dog less neurotic?
He's so anxiety ridden.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, probably. So animals also have stuck energies in their systems, and especially, for example, when you had them maybe not from a very young age on, but maybe they had an owner before or negative experiences or negative experience with other dogs or something. They also have stuck energies and they can be cleared. Totally. And also better health, for better health, right? And then for location, for example, if you have an office space and you want to have it there, or a shop, or it has to be a place where you spend time, or your apartment, because some people don't prefer it, that it follows them around all the time. They just prefer to have it at home, for example. Yeah.
So then if it's at your home, would it affect anyone who's in the home with you?
Yeah, it would affect, but only if, let's say, people on the soul level are open for that. Otherwise not. Yeah.
Okay, so then I could subscribe on a personal level, and my soul's not ready for it, and I'll go, and then
No,
I won't feel anything.
you wouldn't subscribe. Like this would be just something you're not interested in. Yeah.
I gotcha. I see. Right. I understand.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested, so
Yeah,
I guess
and
my
then-
soul's ready.
Yeah, and then we have frequency enhancers. So the transmission contains everything you can think of, but we have frequency enhancers, so certain energies that you can also get. And if you feel like, okay, in these areas of my life, I just want some help. For example, with better sleep, with having your ideal weight, with health, with unity consciousness, if this is something you want to reach, that
Yes,
it pulls
please.
you more toward unity. Yeah.
Is there an all of the above button?
Yeah, as a Tiffany pick different. I want 3.
Yeah, they're just different ones, like 10 different frequency enhancers we have so far. And and if you feel drawn to one.
Can you have more than one at the same
Oh,
time?
yeah,
Can you
yeah.
mix and match?
Okay.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds really super interesting. So let's say somebody is interested in trying it out, and I know what you're going to say. I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, but like, how long does someone subscribe to before they realize, yes, this is working, or no, it's not?
It really depends. Like for some
I knew-
people,
I knew you were going to say that.
but it really depends on like where you are on your journey. If you are like already on the path of your highest truth or close to that, or if you're like far, far away from that, because if you're far, far away, that means just certain things need to fall away first before you can actually be pulled towards that. And those are the people who experience most of the times like emotional releases and stuff. And maybe they realize, okay, the job I have is actually not the best job, or the partner I have is maybe not the best partner. But if you are, you have a normal life going on, you feel like everything is good, but it could be better. Then you just see, within a week, within 2 or 3 weeks, I only connected my partner 3 weeks ago because he's like not interested in spirituality or anything. He's like, that's just not his thing.
How did you end up with him?
Yeah, I met him before that. So I met him before all of that came up for me. And because he was kind of stuck in his life and he couldn't really make decisions. So he has a business. He has 10 clothing stores with a lot of employees. And it wasn't really working for him, or a few stores weren't really working. And then I connected him, and like in those 3 weeks, it's crazy what happened. So 2 employees, they left who he wanted to fire, but he couldn't because he's such a nice person. He felt like he didn't want to, but they left by themselves. Another new employee came in that helped him to increase the sales in one store of 50%, like in the biggest store, just in like from the last 3 weeks. And a new project is coming up for him now, where he builds like creates a new store. Yeah, just new opportunities, new possibilities are coming in, and there's just so many. And he feels a lot happier, and he goes to the gym regularly again, and so on. So it's just it's also good for me, because before he was cranky and he was a bit angry, and carries a little bit of anger in his system.
So you connected him without him knowing?
No, I asked him if I could.
But could you? Because
wait, what are you trying to say?
No, I was thinking about Sienna.
Well, that's a good point, actually, for your kids. Is this good for kids, or should it be 18 and older?
No, you can connect your kid, because you can connect your kid and your pet. So this is the only other souls you can connect. But then when they're old enough to decide for themselves, or when they live their lives by themselves, we want that people are asked. So yeah.
Right. But that must be great for your soul to have your partner less cranky.
Yes, exactly.
Talk about being kind.
All right.
Okay. Well, this is amazing. I think that I need to dive deeper into your platform to really understand, because I know that I saw the different levels that you have. I didn't see the frequency thing, so I've got a lot of homework to do. But if someone is interested in either reaching out to you personally for a session, if you still do those, or connect themselves to your platform, what's the best way to reach out to you?
So the platform is nextelevations.com, and there's a 14 days free trial. So if people are curious, they can just check it out for 2 weeks and see what happens.
Oh my gosh, everybody check it out.
I love free trials. In fact, we're going to add a direct link to that platform on our show notes. So all you need to do is go to skepticmetaphysician.com, go to Eva's episode page, and you'll see that link directly there. We would love for you to try this and let us know what your thoughts are, because we're going to be trying it too. We'd love to compare notes with you. Awesome.
Perfect. Yeah. And there are a lot of videos on the website, explanation videos, and a lot more information. And also for people who are subscribed. So I do group healing sessions, and there are 10 recordings of those healing sessions, and they are really powerful. So really powerful healings, like the ones we just did, but it's like for 70 minutes, and there's just a lot of clearing of low vibration energy. So you feel fresh afterwards, open and extended. Yeah. Sweet. So this is there as well. And then I offer a free group meditation every Thursday at 9:00 Central European Time. And everybody's welcome to join. And then we always chat for half an hour, and then there's a 15-minute guided meditation. And it's always very beautiful, because good group, really nice people. And I do small group healing sessions. So this is also what I offer. And it's on my website. You find the information on my website. It's em-healing.com.
Oh, awesome.
Okay. Perfect. We're going to add a link to that too. So that we have all the resources in place. Eva, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much for introducing us to this, which we weren't even aware was out there.
I know.
And we'd love to share this with all of our audience. So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, and also for being so interested in all of that. So it's really amazing. So thank you.
Yeah, we've loved it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And a huge thank you to you. We know that there are tons of options out there, and having you decide to come along on our journey of discovery with us is an absolute honor for us. We hope you've enjoyed this conversation as much as we have. If you did, and you feel called to give back, we invite you to visit our website at skepticmetaphysician.com, where you can donate to the show or subscribe as a member through our Buy Me a Coffee campaign. Your support will go a long way towards allowing Karen and I to bring you these wonderful conversations and teachings in more and more robust ways. Well, that's all for now. We will see you on the next episode of The Skeptic Metaphysician. Until then, take care.